Canada introduces study permit exemption for construction trade apprentices. The Canadian government has introduced a new study permit exemption to support the construction industry by allowing certain temporary foreign workers to participate in apprenticeship programs without requiring a study permit. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, has announced this policy to address labor shortages in the construction sector. Who qualifies for the study permit exemption? To be eligible for this exemption, a foreign national must hold a valid work permit, have a job offer in an eligible construction occupation, be enrolled in a registered apprenticeship program with an employer. The apprenticeship agreement must be registered with the relevant provincial or territorial authority, and applicants must meet all eligibility criteria at the time of both submission and approval. This temporary public policy took effect on February 26, 2025, and will remain in place until February 26, 2027. Immigration Minister Mark Miller officially announced this policy during a press conference in Woodbridge, Ontario, on March 7, 2025. Eligible construction occupations. The following construction-related occupations qualify under this exemption due to industry labor shortages: bricklayers, cabinet makers, carpenters, civil engineering technologists and technicians, civil engineers, concrete finishers, construction estimators, construction managers, construction millwrights and industrial mechanics, electrical mechanics, electricians, except industrial and power system, floor covering installers, heating, refrigeration and air conditioning mechanics, heavy-duty equipment mechanics, home building and renovation managers, industrial electricians, painters and decorators, except interior decorators, plumbers, roofers and shinglers, sheet metal workers, water well drillers, welders and related machine operators. Eligibility is determined by the National Occupation Classification (NOC) code, not the job title. To confirm a job's NOC code, compare the job duties to those outlined in the Employment and Social Development Canada (ESDC) database. At least 51% of the job's responsibilities must match those listed in the NOC lead statement. How to apply for the study permit exemption. Applicants must explicitly request consideration under this public policy. When submitting an online request, they must include Apprenticeship 25 to 27 in the Tell Us About Your Request section. If approved, applicants will receive an authorization letter allowing them to study without a permit. The authorization remains valid until the earliest of the following: the expiration of the applicant's work permit, the expiration of the temporary public policy, the revocation of the temporary public policy. Why is Canada implementing this policy? The Canadian government is working to increase the construction workforce to address the country's ongoing housing crisis. Normally, apprenticeship programs require participants to obtain both a work permit and a study permit. By allowing temporary foreign workers to study without a permit, this policy simplifies the process, making it easier for workers to transition between work and study periods within their apprenticeship. New pathway to permanent residence for construction workers. Alongside this study permit exemption, Mark Miller also announced a new pathway to permanent residence, PR, for construction workers. This initiative will provide up to 6,000 PR spots for undocumented construction workers already living in Canada. While specific eligibility details for this PR pathway have yet to be released, the government estimates that up to 14,000 permanent residents could be admitted under the new framework. Stay updated as more information on these policies becomes available.